Okay, everyone, line up. Let's make sure everyone is here.
Okay, everyone listen to Mr. Smith, okay?
Barry, Alice, Sophie, Freddie, Jamal, Trudy. Where's Trudy and Tommy?
Mr. Smith, Tommy is not getting up. He won't get up.
Show me. Where is he?
He's over there behind the bushes.
What could have happened to him? He was right here with us.
Tommy. Tommy. Oh, no.
First, I need to check the scene and make sure it's safe.
It's panic. The child is missing and is discovered unresponsive on the ground. What started off as a fun school field trip has turned into an emergency. What would you do first? Hello and welcome to the Child CPR AED portion of the American Heart Association's Heart Saver CPR AED course. This course will help you learn in several ways. Your student workbook covers all the material and includes quick reference guides. And this video will give you facts and show you important skills. If you complete all the course requirements and demonstrate the skills correctly, you'll receive a course completion card. Studies show you need to review this information and practice these skills frequently to maintain your ability to respond to a cardiac arrest. But first, let's head back to the school field trip and see what happens next.
Tommy, are you okay? Are you okay? I need help. Mrs. Thomas, phone 911.
Got it.
He's not breathing.
Excuse me? Excuse me. I know CPR. I can radio security and get an AED here.
Go ahead and get them. I'll start CPR.
But a child down here on the ground in the Nature Center and he's not moving?
Okay, what's your address?
We're at the Nature Center off of Prairie Drive near the snack bar.
This is Richard over by the snack bar. Yeah, we have a child down. We need a first aid kit and an AED.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, thanks.
11,
Everybody
12,
back. Ma'am, could you move the
14,
students away from the area?
Sure, come on, kids,
Thank
let's
you.
go inside.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Is he conscious? Is he breathing?
No, but a teacher has started CPR. Here, I'm going to put the phone on speaker mode so he can hear you. His name is Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
Yes.
Keep doing CPR. Do you have an AED?
Someone is bringing us one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Attach
13,
pads to
14,
patient's
15,
bare chest.
16, 17, 18, 19.
This is Richard with the Nature Center. I'm attaching the pads now.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Plug in pads connector. Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient.
Everyone stay clear. Don't touch him.
I can do CPR after the AED analyzes rhythm or anytime you need a break.
Okay.
Shock advised. Charging. Stay clear of patient.
Everyone stay clear.
Deliver shock now. Shock delivered. Begin CPR. Start with compressions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Watch
9,
your rate. You're going
10,
a little too
11,
fast.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
When a child's heart stops, blood stops flowing through the body. But when you push on the chest, you pump blood to the brain and heart. Today, you're going to learn the skills you just saw, and we'll give you a chance to practice a complete sequence of child CPR AED. Now let's look at these terms more closely. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It's made up of two skills, providing compressions and giving breaths. A compression is the act of pushing on the chest during CPR. AED stands for automated external defibrillator. It's a machine with a computer in it that can detect an abnormal cardiac rhythm that requires treatment with a shock. An AED can deliver a shock to eliminate the abnormal rhythm. This allows the heart to resume a normal rhythm. And for the purposes of this course, a child is anyone who is 1 year of age to puberty. If you're unsure of a child's age, treat him as an adult. It's important to know that when you provide CPR, you are taking part in the American Heart Association's pediatric chain of survival. This chain of survival shows the most important actions you can take if there is a cardiac arrest involving a child. The first link in the pediatric chain is prevention, followed by early CPR and early access to emergency responders and hospital providers who can give advanced support and post-cardiac arrest care. If a child is unresponsive and isn't breathing or is only gasping, you need to provide CPR. If you're not sure, go ahead and start CPR. It's better to provide CPR to a child who doesn't need it than to not provide it to a child who does. But when an emergency occurs, there are steps to follow in determining whether or not a child needs CPR. Before you assess the need for CPR, you need to make sure the scene is safe. You can't help if you also get hurt. Next, you need to check to see if the child is responsive. Kneel at his side, tap him, and shout loudly, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Tommy, are you okay? Are you okay?
Watch this demonstration. While leaning over the child who is down, firmly tap the child twice and shout, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" A child who is responsive moves, speaks, blinks, or otherwise reacts when you tap him and ask if he's okay. If the child does not move, speak, blink, or otherwise react, then he is unresponsive. You should then shout for help and ask someone to phone 911 and get an AED. In an emergency, the sooner you realize that there is a problem and get help, the better it is for the ill or injured child. Child care centers, schools, and other workplaces should have a plan that includes when, how, and whom to call for help. If the child is unresponsive and not breathing or only gasping, provide 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths. Have someone else phone 911 and get an AED. If you're alone and have a cell phone, phone 911 and put the phone on speaker mode while you begin CPR. After 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths, if no one has come to help and you do not have a cell phone, leave to phone 911 and get an AED. Let's listen as Mrs. Thomas talks to the 911 dispatcher.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, we have a child down on the ground here at the nature center, and he's not moving.
Okay, what's
Stay on the phone until the 911 dispatcher tells you to hang up. Answering the dispatcher's questions will not delay the arrival of help. The dispatcher will ask you about the emergency, where you are, and what has happened. In general, dispatchers can provide instructions that will help you. The dispatcher may also tell you how to help the child until someone with more advanced training arrives and takes over. If you can, take the phone with you and put it on speaker mode so that you are beside the child while you talk to the dispatcher. The dispatcher may be able to tell you how to do CPR, use an AED, or give first aid. When the child is unresponsive, you need to check his breathing by scanning from head to waist repeatedly for at least 5 seconds, but no more than 10 seconds. If the child is unresponsive and either isn't breathing or is only gasping, provide CPR. If you are alone and no one has phoned 911, after 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths, leave the child to phone 911 and get an AED. It all happens quickly, but this is important. When the child is unresponsive, scan the chest for 5 to 10 seconds, checking for breathing. If the child is not breathing or is only gasping, he needs CPR. Let's look at this footage of an adult gasping. It would be similar in a child. If a child is gasping, it usually looks like he is drawing air in very quickly. He may open his mouth and move his jaw, head, or neck. Agonal gasps are frequently present in the first minutes after sudden cardiac arrest. These gasps may appear forceful or weak, and some time may pass between gasps because they usually happen at a slow rate. The gasp may sound like a snort, snore, or groan. Gasping is not regular or normal breathing. It's a sign of cardiac arrest in someone who is unresponsive. Because children usually have healthy hearts and breathing trouble is often the cause of a child needing CPR, it's important to give breaths to a child quickly if he needs CPR. Therefore, recognizing both cardiac arrest and the need for CPR quickly is important. Let's watch the steps all together in assessing whether or not a child needs CPR. First, check to make sure the scene is safe, and make sure the child is lying on his back on a firm, flat surface. Tap and shout to see if the child is responsive. Are you okay? Are you okay? If he is unresponsive, then shout for help. Help! Help! I need help! If someone comes, have that person phone 911 and get an AED. Then scan the chest for 5 to 10 seconds, checking for breathing. If the child is not breathing or is only gasping, he needs CPR. Move the clothes out of the way to bare the chest and begin chest compressions. After 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths, If no one has come to help and you do not have a cell phone, leave to phone 911 and get an AED. The video will now pause while you get in position to practice scene safety and assessment.